Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is it going? It's going great on our end, right? Hope it's going great on your end as well. So, since we have going into a new month, we are done now, or not done because we're never done really with self improvement because something can always be improved upon in your life. But currently, we are moving into, and some of us have already moved on to self recovery, right? We are currently recovering ourselves because we have been kidnapped by old ideologies. So, what are we doing now? We are removing the old ideologies from ourselves, right? For those of us who are still going off of old um, belief systems, right? Once you started doing self care, once you started doing self improvement, trust me, self recovery began because you started thinking of, why do I think like this? Why do I think this is cool? Right? So self recovery and self improvement and self improvement and self recovery went hand in hand with each other, right? Because you were like, self improvement means you were looking around to see what needs to go. So with the recovery, you were trying to figure out, well, why am I doing this? Or why do I think this is acceptable? Or why do I still believe in this when, this is what's new now, right? This is what's really what it is. They already said that this wasn't real. So this has been proved by science that this is no longer real. So why do I still believe it, right? So that's what I'm saying about self recovery, recovering yourself because you were kidnapped by old ideologies, old belief systems, old ways of living, and those ways are done. Like, a lot of people hate cast iron because they burn their food up. I love cast iron, right? So they go and buy non-stick. Thank God for non-stick. I don't have to use cast iron to burn up all my food, right? So people need different things. The time, when times change, people remove themselves from old ideologies. I used to love non-stick, but I'm still an old school chick. I love me some cast iron, but I will still use non-stick. Right. I use non-stick when I make crepes. Right. I call them crepes, but whatever. When I make crepes, right, I use a non-stick pan. I don't use a cast iron skillet, although it can be done. Right. It's just quicker to just, or I assume it's quicker, but whatever. Because with cast iron, you got to learn to play with temperatures. You got to learn temperatures and stuff, right? You got to be precise. You got to be precise when dealing with cast iron, right? Non-stick gives you a lot of leeway, right? So with that being stated, we are in self-recovery right now. So we are removing the old ideologies. We are going back to the basics, basically, because the basics is weird. You have your core system. Your core system is based off the basics. So once you go back to the basics, you can clearly see that there's a lot of stuff that you picked up along the way that you don't need, that you should have never had. That's like, whoa, I can't even believe I allowed myself to do that. Like, for instance, um, you can't swim, but everybody's jumping in 12 feet of water, so you don't want to be no punk. You go jump in too and damn near drown, right? Right. You weren't built for that. You're built for 4 feet, 5 feet, right? You're not built for 12 feet because you can't swim, right? And you only built for 4 foot because you're 5'5", right? 5 foot is pushing it for you, right? So there's levels, right? There's always levels, right? So we are in self recovery, recovering, going back to the basics, right? Going back to the basics. So for a person who wants to jump in 12 feet, better go and take some swimming lessons, right? Right. And become a stronger swimmer, right? Or at least be able to swim underwater so they don't drown, right? Learn how to dead man float. They ain't help me none. Don't worry about it, right? So we are in self recovery. Removing those old ideologies, going back to the basics, remembering what's moral, right? Checking our moral compasses, remembering what is moral and what is immoral within your society, within the Bible, for those who do follow the Bible. Remember what's considered moral, right? Just because America says something is moral, if you go live by the Bible, well, I mean, Right, America changes its ways daily. Exactly. By the minute, right? 1 minute, one person hot, and then the next minute they not, right? So you can't go by American value system because it changes all the time. It never stays the same. America is the only place where the value system never stays the same, where the moral system never stays the same. It's forever changing. America changes their rules like they change their draws. Other places do not. So with that being stated, if you are a Christian, then you follow the Bible. You don't follow what America says to. And it doesn't matter, but you don't have to be rude either, right? And if you are a true Christian, you ain't going to be rude about your mess, no way, right? You're just going to separate yourself, right, from the mess, like most Christians do. Most Christians have separated themselves from the mess. They don't have the trouble I'm having. I'm just a target, right? But for regular Christians, they're not targets because they separated themselves a long time ago from people, and they have no problem whatsoever, correct? So that is what we are doing, self-recovery. Working on ourselves to get ourselves in tip-top shape, right? Once you go back to the basics and remove all of the old, you can build upon what is correct, which are the biblical principles. And that's the whole point of this, because we want to build upon biblical principles. We want God to be our foundation, and we want to start building upon what is correct in God's eyes and God's sight, not what the world says is cool, right? Because what the world says is cool is what? Forever changing, right? Right. It was cool to go to school. Now they can care less whether people go to school or not. They'd rather you go to an amusement park. Right, here in America. Right. Going to work used to be the thing. Now they'd rather you get a stimulus check and whatever, right? Unemployment, public assistance, food stamps, right? Here in America, right? So it's not, you don't go by the rules of the land. You go by the laws of the land, yes. But the moral value system, nah, that's what you have the Bible for, right? And like I said, I push the Bible because that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Christians. I'm not talking to people who, right? That's why I tell you all the time, if you're not a Christian, don't look over here because you will get offended, and that's your own problem. I'm a Christian, and this is what I'm teaching. Christian stuff, right? So regardless, right, of how you feel, I'm a Christian. I'm going to teach things based off Christian principles, and it doesn't matter if you get offended. I said stop watching. I don't come over there and watch Nazi stuff, right? I don't come over there and watch racist stuff. I don't come over there and watch anything that I deem inappropriate for myself, right? So if you find me offensive, then stop watching. Most definitely, because you're not a Christian, right? And I don't people bash. I don't non-Christian bash, right? I mind my business and I attack the person who attacks me. I don't attack folks for no reason. If you are part of a group and you are a part of that group that's attacking me, then I'm going to get you. You may be one of those people, but if you're not attacking me, what I'm going to say something to you for, right? If I'm standing in front of a racist person and they have 3 racist homeboys that's standing there not saying nothing to me, but the one racist is going at it with me, I'm going to cuss his ass out, right? What I'm going to say something to them for? They ain't saying nothing to me. They just sitting back watching. Then I might say, excuse me, you going to get your boy? Oh, you not? Then I'm going to continue to light his ass up, right? Right. What I'm going to yell and scream at them for? When they boy attacking me with his words, right? I'm going to light his ass up. I have no reason to say nothing to the 3 of them until they start saying something to me. Then it's on and popping with all of them, right? Because I ain't no punk, right? So, with that being stated, right, that's what we on. So, we're going to get our recovery on. Removing the old, right? Going back to the basics, what's right? Building upon biblical principles, right? Letting God be our foundation, right? Right. Drugs, alcohol, men. Everybody's past that by now, right? Because we've been cleaning that out for the past 2 years, exactly. This is self-time, right? This is self-time, right? So, like I said, how you going to help somebody else when yourself is not together? So, I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. We're going to have some coffee. Probably roll up, right? Probably roll up, right? All right. Good morning. Is it morning still? Yeah, so morning. Right. All right. Well, you all have a great morning. We're almost done with it. It's 11:30, right? Yeah, it did say 11:30. It's 11:30 where I'm at. Syracuse, New York. Enjoying life. Hope you're enjoying life too. Don't let nothing get you down. What are we doing? We've already did some self-care, right? We did self-care. So we looking good, smelling good, feeling good. We did some self-improvement, but that's a continuous thing, right? Well, right. We looked at our life and said, got to go, got to go, got to go. Recovery, getting it out, right? And going back to the basics and replacing it with what's biblically sound, correct. And then after that, right, we got a new one for July, right? I already have a few things, up front, right? So we have one for July as well. I'm always on top of things for my peeps, right? If want to listen to a chick, trust me, I ain't say follow me because don't nobody follow nobody over this way, right? But if you down with a chick, you like, hey, she cool, right? That's what it is, right? I am a Christian. I push Christianity. I'm not forceful. This is my channel, right? I'm not on TV doing anything, right? I'm on a channel that you have to come and click on and look at. I'm not bombarding you with anything anywhere that I know of, right? I shouldn't be. I don't have commercials and stuff, right? So, with that being stated, if you come over here, then all you're getting is Christian stuff, right? Whatever I talk about, it leads back to Christianity. So if you find that offensive, I'm definitely not the right person for you. So don't come over here looking just to piss yourself off and then go talk about me. Nah. What makes you better than me then? You coming over here to piss yourself off and then go talk about me, right? I'm not a bigot, I'm a Christian. And if I'm a bigot for being a Christian, so what? At some point, everybody's a bigot. At some point, everybody has to push something away from that they don't like. Like I said, you live a nasty ass life. I do not. I don't want you nowhere near me, Christian or not, right? Because there's a lot of people under the name Christianity who still live that nasty, disgusting life that non-Christians do, right? Because they're a Christian in word, not deed, right? They just went and did the thing when they were younger and then fell off the path. I done told you that, right? So if you like to cheat on your husband, I have the right to tell you to stay from around me. If you like to steal other people's ideas and put them out as your own, I have the right to stay away from you because I don't like thieves, right? If you tear up them 10 commandments like you ain't got no sense, I have the right to tell you to stay away from me, right? If I don't want to be your friend, I have the right to tell you, yo, don't come around me. I'm not trying to chill with you, right? I have the right to tell a person, no, you can't come into my house. So I do have the right to discriminate. Thank you. But I'm not in the street saying I hate. No, when I say discriminate, I mean I have the right to say I don't want filth around me. Right, and if you don't think you're filthy, that's your business. I think you're filthy, right? You like to cheat on your husband, you're filthy to me, right? And I have the right to say that, right? But I'm not calling out no specific names. I just said if you like to cheat on your husband, then you are filthy. You filthy to me, right? And I don't want to be around you because I don't cheat on my husband, right? My husband doesn't cheat on me. We're not filthy people, right? I have the right to discriminate, right? Bye. Learn what definitions really mean, not how you want to use them, right? When it suits you.